Cereal at Midnight. Quick pick.
Hello and welcome to a quick pick for G.I. Joe Operation Blackout. Now I have the Nintendo Switch version. This is also available on PlayStation and Xbox. I chose the Switch version for the portability factor, and let's be honest, this is not a AAA game, so there's no real loss in quality by going portable with this thing. Let's be honest, G.I. Joe is one, awesome, and two, not very well represented via video games. I go back to the Nintendo Entertainment System era. There were two Nintendo games for G.I. I remember two Nintendo games for G.I. Joe, and neither of them were great. I think we kind of convinced ourselves at the time that they might have been better than they were. We're like, I'm playing as Duke. But they were kind of lackluster because G.I. Joe is hard to capture. You've got tons and tons of characters. They're all colorful. They're kind of like superheroes in their own minds. No, in their own legacies. They have the colorful costumes and everything. There was a tie-in to that Stephen Sommers movie a while back, or I think it was there's a PlayStation 3 game for G.I. Joe that's tied into a movie. It's not great either. But you know, you're like, well, I'm playing G.I. Joe, I get to be Snake Eyes. So along comes this a while back. I should also mention, as I'm recording this video, this is on sale this week for $14.99 across all platforms. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, that's about right. That's about right. But this is, again, not a AAA game. It's done very cheaply. It really feels kind of like a PlayStation 2 game, maybe a PlayStation 3 game. But if you're my age, you don't have a problem with that. Now, if you're like 20, you know, you're like, what? It's like he's talking about the Atari 2600. If you're, you know, of a certain vintage, you can play retro games and it's all right. I enjoy this, but, you know, you got to dial down those expectations. Let's dial them down. Boom. All right, that's the sound, dialing down. It's also the Death Star powering up. So you get to play as a lot of different characters. They always give you a choice of two that you can play in any level. So you can be like, oh, do I want to be Duke or do I want to be like Snake Eyes as a playable character? You can be Destro, you can be the Baroness, you can be, it just depends on the level. There are driving levels, so you get to combat like a Hiss tank, which is fun for me because you get to be in the Hiss tank. It's cool, but it's not great. But for G.I. Joe games, our expectations are so lowered that this ends up being a lot of fun. It takes about 20 minutes to play through a level, and it's pick up and play. It's not like Call of Duty or anything like that. You're not going to multiplayer with your friends, although it does have, I think it has a local multiplayer, 1 to 4 players. It's not that kind of a game. I think this is really geared to people who are my age. But for the right expectations, if you ever played with G.I. Joe action figures, this is as close as I think we've ever gotten to that experience in a game. You can change out, you know, you unlock outfits, you get to like blow things up. You get you have choices of guns. You can have like Snake Eyes. You can be like, it's like the spray and pray with an Uzi, or there are laser guns, so they pitu, pitu, pitu. So like the cartoon, like they've got you covered with the diversity of the weapons and the different methods of attack. And then the bosses are kind of fun. You get like, I get to shoot Cobra Commander. All the robot, like the bats and stuff like that. I mean, it's just got a lot of cool G.I. Joe stuff in it. But it is what it is, which is it's an affordable. I think when this was new, it was $29.99. Might have been $39.99. But I think it was about $30. So with the appropriate expectations, you know, we're coming off of the Snake Eyes movie, which I really enjoyed. Best G.I. Joe movie I think that they've made so far, excluding the animated movie from the 80s. It's just fun to play, to just pick up and play G.I. Joe for a little while, then put it back down. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Thanks for hanging out with me during this quick pick. I'll put a link to this in the description of this video if you want to pick it up. Guys, till next time, take care.